Cards camp in full session. We're here with Ken Summers, our columnist. I want to get started off real quickly. What stood out to you so far that you've seen in camp?
Overall, offensively, a couple things. The tempo, run a lot of plays very quickly. I don't know that we're going to see that all the time during the season, but I think the ability to shift gears, to be slow at times, to pick up the pace is going to be important to this offense. Seen some self-awareness from Cliff Kingsbury, a little bit of he's realizing what he doesn't know.
Right.
He's calling all the plays. He's on the sideline with the headset on, calling them into the quarterbacks, Kyler Murray. You rarely see that, even in NFL practices. The offensive coach is behind the huddle.
Right.
Second thing, Kyler Murray's looked very good, which is the number one overall pick
He should
be.
He should.
But the ball comes out of his hands really easy. Receiver said he throws a nice catchable ball, puts it ahead of them where they can do something with it afterward. But you know, it's been 3-4 practices,
right,
and nobody's hit him yet.
Right. No question. No question. And then secondly, Robert Nkemdiche gone. Why? How do you? I mean, I saw what you wrote, but just curious, just overall your thoughts on it.
A few things. Most of all, he never seemed to like football. He doesn't have a passion for the game. From the first time he showed up when Bruce Arians was coach, Arians was critical of him from the beginning that he needs to develop a work ethic. He's had some bad luck with injuries.
Right.
He's had even worse misfortune of his own doing off the field, arrested twice this summer, and he showed up out of shape that first day. I mean, he's a guy who's always ripped. You could strike a match on his abs usually.
Right.
But he shows up the first day of camp, belly hanging over the belt. That's okay for me, but not Robert Nkemdiche. His departure leaves 3 of Steve Keim's first-round picks left out of 7.
Which leads me to asking just a follow-up. I actually saw him coming into college. Such a huge recruit, and I mean, everybody wanted him. Ended up at Mississippi, and I just didn't think he lived up to that billing in college, and that seems to have carried over. Is he the most disappointing of that group that you're talking about that didn't make it, or didn't develop?
Yeah, he's right up there. I would put probably, Jonathan Cooper, Steve Keim's very first pick, 7th overall, a guard. Broke a leg early in his career, never developed. They gone by his 2nd or 3rd year, just remains a backup in the league. But Nkemdiche's right up there, and really he's performed and been the person everybody said he was going to be when he came out of college. You know, like you said, underachieved at Mississippi, questions about his work ethic, decision making coming out of school. It's a reason he dropped to 29th overall.
Wow. And then lastly, what are you looking forward to from this week?
I think more practices and pads to see some of the, it's going to be key in Cliff Kingsbury's offense, obviously, that they have multiple receivers who can play well. See if some of the young guys come along. Andy Isabella, their 2nd-round pick, appears to be catching the ball a little bit better away from his body. They really like their 6th-round pick, Keyshawn Johnson. He's really played well. I think he's a kid's got a chance to make a mark this year.
Okay, well, we'll just wrap it up there. Continue to follow Kent, Bob, Catherine, Greg. They're out there every day covering the Cardinals. It's football season, and I can't wait to hear what happens when they get in the pads. I never like the shell stuff.
No.
Hit somebody.
No, it's soccer.